So I'm going to admit I was pretty hostile and upset after the Niners were not able to land Matt Stafford. I kind of made a video and was kind of spazzing out. A lot of people told me to step back off that ledge and to relax. And, I thought about it and they were right. And I guess my big issue really just comes down to the fact that the Niners are in, I think they're, what are they, is it 4 years or 5 years they're into this rebuild that they've taken over. And I just feel like people need to start being held accountable for an inability to find a franchise quarterback. I saw a tweet on Twitter that said there are some that still treat John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan with kid gloves going into year 5 of their tenure. He says, I'm not even mad. I'm impressed at their ability to skirt criticism. And I feel the exact same way. They've done a fine job of building this team and adding talent to it, but the one thing that they're lacking is that quarterback that's going to take you, over the top. I mean, a healthy Jimmy Garoppolo is a serviceable quarterback, and if you hide him behind a good run game and a defense, I guess you can run with them. But if you ever want to ascend to the level of a Patrick Mahomes or Brady or Aaron Rodgers, quarterbacks that if they need to can put a team on their back, the Niners just aren't going to get that championship. They may. I can't say. I mean, it's happened before with guys like Brad Johnson and Trent Dilfer, but it's not a likely scenario. I was looking through Twitter because I was pretty hot after this all happened, and I saw another tweet. This one was from Larry Krueger of KNBR. He says, then the 49ers will not be able to luck into their next franchise quarterback. There will be a cost. It will be significant. They need to invest players, valuable draft picks, and do a trade for a veteran or have the foresight to pick the right guy in the draft. There are no shortcuts. And I completely agree. You got to be able to take risks, not all the time. I understand that that's a good way to lose your job, but, I'm not saying that Stafford was the answer to all our problems. My issue is more with the Niners front office. The Rams saw that they had an issue with Goff, and they did something about it. The Niners aren't like that. It's almost like they have a short-term memory. As soon as the season ends, they talk about how Jimmy's their guy and this and this and that. But like during the season, I feel like there's a totally different vibe from them, and people get a vibe that like this is going to be the last year Jimmy's the quarterback. And then it's like soon as the season ends, they forget what just happened. And they're like, oh, we're just going to run it back with the same crew, yada, yada, yada. And it's just, it doesn't work that way. I'm losing faith in this particular regime to find a franchise quarterback. Somebody just started a new rumor on Twitter that says that the Niners are going to see if the Vikings would be willing to trade Kirk Cousins if they're open to it. And I'm just like, at this point, as far as Twitter goes and social media when it comes to trades and anything, believe nothing. Believe nothing. One of the reasons I was so upset is because I fell for the crap that was being put out there. Not every story, but you just don't believe anything. Until it actually happens, don't believe it. Believe that everything's just a hoax and a lie and that there's no truth behind it. And you'll be a lot better. I think I let myself get a lot carried away. And for people to tell me that I was spazzing, I completely agree. All I know is that the 49ers, I feel like this offseason, if you're going to stick with Jimmy, then you better draft a guy who eventually will replace him. Jimmy pretty much now is a bridge quarterback. He is a bridge to the next guy. So I'm okay with that if that's the route they're going to go, but just make it, make a decision and go with it, and then I'll maybe feel a little bit better about it. But not knowing what they're doing or what decision they want to make, it's infuriating. And I know a lot of fans feel the same way. I know some people are okay with Jimmy and they love Jimmy and all that other stuff, but I personally think they need an upgraded quarterback, but I just want to see this organization actually act like that they feel the same way and show that they're actively trying to change it. I don't get that vibe, so it irritates me. So that's all I got to say about that. I don't see much going on this week on Twitter, but in the world of the NFL with the Super Bowl. We'll see though after the Super Bowl, and we start ramping up towards free agency in March and stuff. That's when stuff's going to get kind of interesting. But until then, if anything else drops, I'll let you know. But until then, I will see you guys on the flip side. See ya.